People in Belhaven rejoice after the State General Assembly passes a bill which could help reopen Pungo Hospital. The town's been fighting to open the hospital after Vidant Healthcare closed it back in July 2014. WNCT explains how people in Belhaven could start using their hospital in the next 3 years. Brandon.
Angela, the town's been struggling to get a certificate of need to start the hospital back up. This new legislation will allow the town to be exempt from that requirement. People I spoke to just outside the abandoned building are excited.
Believe me, he's well known throughout the town.
Malcolm Waddy's dog Apollo isn't the only well-known draw for people in Belhaven. Behind 150-pound Apollo lies something much bigger, Pungo Hospital. It's why Waddy moved from Virginia to these condos right next to the hospital.
In my senior years, that health is one of my primary responsibilities to my family.
A responsibility he has to take elsewhere after Vidant Healthcare closed Pungo Hospital more than a year ago, replacing it with a 24-hour clinic. The closest emergency room is about 30 miles away in Washington. Waddy's a career firefighter and says that long drive has risks.
And that puts undue stress on not just the patient themselves, but the medics responding.
But patients, medics, and Waddy may no longer have that stress, as the North Carolina General Assembly just passed a bill helping the town get exempt from obtaining a certificate of need to reopen the hospital. Several of Mary Wahab's friends were at the legislative building for the vote. She says her elderly family members' lives depend on this building.
And if anything catastrophic were to happen, they probably wouldn't survive to make it to Washington or even Greenville.
A fear she won't have to worry about as long as Governor McCrory signs the legislation and the state approves the town's request for an exemption, something that excites Waddy.
I really think that it is a right step in a good direction.
Making sure Apollo isn't the only draw to Belhaven. If the exemption is approved, the town's required to open the hospital in the next 36 months. Brandon Goldner, 9 on your side.